You're listening to the What the Wrestling Podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD.
Oh, you already know what time it is.
Perfect.
AEW, baby. Coming to you live from the recording in New York City. Man, oh man, we got a lot to get into. We got CM Punk news. We got AEW. We got the return of one Jeff Hardy. Let's talk about it. Let's go. Yes. Tis I, RJD here. Welcome to What the Wrestling, the show that brings you all things wrestling. I am your host, RJD. Thank you for joining me today on a beautiful Thursday night. It is still Thursday. It's been a long ass day. But you know what? We're going to do what we got to do. We're not going to sit here and complain. We're just going to get it done, guys. We're just going to get it done. But before anything, stop the show. Like the goddamn video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. What the Wrestling, as always. What the hell's going on? Got the wind closing my door. Anyway, What the Wrestling, as always. As you see the ticker across the bottom, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Apple Podcast, and TikTok. Find the What the Wrestling on Spodify and Anchor as well. Let's get into it. So we had ourselves a wonderful mixed bag of AEW yesterday. Wasn't too good, wasn't too bad. It was like right smack dab B+ to me. But first, let's talk about CM Punk. So apparently CM Punk wants to come back to AEW. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. You know Wembley Stadium is going to be the host of All In, baby. And you know they're going to try to pack that biatch out as long and as hard as they can. So why wouldn't the best in the world want to be a part of that?
Nope.
On a episode, I think, of FTR's Dax's podcast, he says, and I quote, "I talk to Punk almost every day, and Punk misses wrestling. That's your headline. Punk misses wrestling, and Punk wants to come back, and he wants to give back to the fans. He wants to get back to wrestling, so I'll leave it at that," Dax said in his podcast, FTR with Dax Harwood podcast. This is no surprise to me. Punk wants to come back. Of course he wants to come back. And I wouldn't be surprised if Tony Khan wants Punk to come back. The only problem is Punk, who is said to have made amends backstage. I think it was Alvarez or the Wrestling Observer who said Punk has made amends. He has apologized. The problem is, can they do business? He has apologized to all parties involved. So maybe they could do business, maybe they can't. But my thing is, it would be a huge match. CM FTR versus the Elite. It would be a huge match. And we're drawing a lot of money. It would make a lot of money. I think it would be a fantastic match. Knowing everything that happened backstage, they could call back to it. They could make fun of it. It's wrestling. People have come back from worse, right? We know this. So I think they could make a lot of money together. The thing is, do they want to work with Punk? Punk seems to be radioactive. As long as Punk can stop talking and just stop talking publicly, he gonna be all right. It's like every time Punk talks publicly, he says something, he gets his foot stuck in his mouth, and then next thing you know, reports are coming out that people are still unhappy. You know, you still have the Jericho issue. Jericho reportedly had issues backstage with him. Then you have the Moxley issue. So it's like they've been going back and forth with each other. So that has to be amended as well. So it's like it never freaking ends. It's like, when is it going to end? When is everything just going to be amended and let's go get this money? Because at the end of the day, money talks, baby. And if the money is right, respect my authority. Tony Khan's going, let's go, slap him in the butt. Go get out there and go get this money. Like, let's stop it, all right? Money make the world go round, and if the money is right, Punk will be back. And to be honest, I think he should come back. I think Punk had a good thing going. Punk was doing extremely well in AEW before he got hurt, before he broke his goddamn foot, doing crowd dives. I know he's kicking himself in the head for that one because they missed out on a lot of potential story and all of that. You know, shit happens. We all make mistakes. I ain't freaking perfect. Punk ain't perfect. But I do think there is a lot of money to be made here. But I think everybody involved needs to chill out. Tranquilo. Punk, he made amends. Good. It's a start. And then you got the Elite. They don't really got to apologize for nothing but Tony Khan for fighting because they're EVPs. So, outside of that, it's wrestling. Make fun of it. Have some fun. Make some money. Have a kick-ass match. You're all fantastic wrestlers. And there you go. That's all that matters, man. God damn it. That's all we need to do. So we will see what happens with Punk, and we will continue to monitor the situation. AEW, April 12th. It was a middle of the road show for me. About a B. We had a lot going on. A lot of good stuff. Some stuff that was meh. We started off with Swerve Strickland versus Darby Allin. Darby got hit by a goddamn car the other day. Then he got F5 to total hell.
Nope.
And he's back out of here. And he's back out here fighting his ass off versus Swerve.
Get the fuck out of here!
Respect the Darby Allin, man.
Respect my authority!
That's all we can say. He got hit by a car last week.
Bruh.
God damn. Like, come on, New York. What are we doing to Darby? But anyway, they had a good back and forth match. You had the inevitable interruption by Nana and Prince Nana and Brian Cage, but they eventually got kicked out, and in a last-ditch effort, Darby wins. So Darby wins with the Last Supper pin, if I'm not mistaken, and not very many people kick out of that, but Darby gets the win. But then you cue MJF.
Gotcha, bitch.
Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
So MJF came out and he talked about the pillars. He talked about how he respects the hell out of Darby Allin, and that's a fact. When he wrestled him, it was one of the best. When he wrestled him, he said he is one of the best people and best wrestlers, and that's a fact. And I genuinely think he meant that. Then he began to taunt him, saying that he beat him with a headlock takeover, a very simple maneuver. Not gonna account for the fact that he got decked in the face with a dynamite diamond ring. Not gonna talk about that. But he taunted Darby. He said Darby wasn't ish. Darby is, yes, he's one of the pillars. Yes, he's great, but he isn't as good as MJF. And at the end of the day, people are going to talk about how all he is Sting's bitch. Darby then cut a fantastic promo about how moral he is and about his morals, and he didn't want to become just another guy with money. So when he went to AEW and got to TV, he went to therapy. He ended up getting all this money, getting his parents a house, and he really swore that he would not change and he will continue to be himself. He will continue to be Darby Allin. MJF then comes back and says, listen, stop talking about my morals. I don't care about my goddamn morals. You're nothing but Sting's bitch, and that's what you're. He's like, if I die, as long as I get to have Triple B come with me, baby, that's all that matters. Shout out to these two guys. This promo was great. Both guys, I love the promo.
Perfect.
We're not going to sit here and cap. Both of these promos were great. Sting came out and he talked about how he's not Darby's daddy, and he resents that, by the way. But he's Darby's cheerleader. He begins to throw pom-poms at MJF and says, listen, I had a cheerleader in Ric Flair. Shout out to the Nature Boy. Woo! He's like, and you had a Cody, what he said, a Cody daycare. Yeah. How Cody helped you out. Oh, did I say Cody? Oh my God, I said the forbidden word. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This was great by Sting. This was great. And he says Darby Allin's going to be AEW World Heavyweight Champion, and that's it. MJF then says, well, forget both of you, spit in Darby's face and left. So, this was a fantastic segment. Shout out to MJF, shout out to Darby, and shout out to the icon Sting. We then had a Powerhouse Hobbs squash versus Silas Young. But the real thing is what happened after. They kept talking about how Powerhouse Hobbs loved this car. And he went out, got this car, brought it in, but unfortunately, you don't bring your car to work.
Gotcha, bitch.
Wardlow was out there, and Wardlow begins to smash his car up, and Hobbs is sitting there. And then he turns to the right and sees a forklift.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up
and begins to flip the car over.
Respect my authority.
Shout out to Wardlow. Then he comes out and they have themselves a pull apart brawl in which all the geeks and all the whack people, I shouldn't say whack people, but all the geeks come out and they stop them, and all the wrestlers come out and they pull apart the brawl, and the referees and the wrestlers and the trainers, and they have a nice pull apart brawl. And let me not disrespect the wrestlers like that, because they are still wrestlers. So we're not going to disrespect the wrestlers.
Stop the cap.
How dare you?
They're still wrestlers at the end of the day. Much love, much respect. And they allow me to come on here and rock out and talk about this stuff and get paid for it. So, shout out to the wrestlers. Not going to call them geeks and blokes and all of that. But what I will say is they all got tossed around, and then somebody got pulled through a table.
This is
The table. So that sucks. Powerbomb on Solo was scary as hell because he completely missed the second table.
How dare you?
bruh.
And he smashed his head on the floor, which had to suck. Then we had my favorite thing of the night, AEW Intercontinental Championship. I'm joking. The International Championship, Orange Cassidy, Buddy Matthews, they had themselves one hell of a match.
Gotcha, bitch. Respect my authority.
Ain't nothing more to say about these guys. This was great.
Bruh.
Swore Orange Cassidy was losing this match because they made me a believer that Buddy Matthews was going to beat him, but this whole match was around his hand. He was throwing that broken hand, kayfabe broken hand around. Orange Cassidy and Buddy Matthews had themselves an excellent fight. And the fact that Orange Cassidy pulled off the win he barely got away with the win.
How, Sway? Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
He sold that goddamn hand. He did the orange punch a couple of times. Buddy Matthews tormented him, stepping on the hand, putting the hand through the ring post, stepping on him, stomping it. But at the end of the day, he wins with the mousetrap. I mean, a desperation mousetrap, and he gets the win. This was fantastic. Shout out to both these guys. All ego, Ethan Page comes out and he's upset and he deserves and demands respect.
Respect my authority.
He comes out and talks his junk. But after that, Matt Hardy comes out with Isaiah Cassidy, and he says, listen, what you didn't read the fine print of the contract, it says that I don't got to listen to you if you lose the match as of last week. And I'm still under contract with you, but I'm not under contract with you, but I still got to listen to you, but I don't got to listen to you. I'm confused.
Bruh.
I'm confused. Not even going to lie. I don't know what the hell is going on with this Matt Hardy Ethan Page feud. I have no idea. All I know is that Matt Hardy came down. They began to beat down on him. But who saves the day? Who comes out and saves the day?
Gotcha, bitch.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Jeff Hardy, everybody. He has returned to AEW. Now listen, Jeff has his demons. We all know his pop was crazy hot because people were happy to see Jeff. I'm glad Jeff Hardy didn't run down and do before he finally came to save his brother. Because remember, when he debuted, he was like, I'm here to save you, bro, but I gotta dance first.
You stupid.
This time he didn't do that, and that's great. Jeff Hardy comes back, clears the ring with a chair. Everybody gets beat up. I'm happy. Hopefully Jeff can hold it down and, kick his demons. Then we had Brandon Cutler and Michael Nakazawa versus Claudio Castagnoli and Jon Moxley. This was a glorified squash. They got their asses kicked, bloodied, beat down, and beat the holy hell. Now, there was some spots where they had some life, and they began to fight back. But in the end,
Get the fuck out of here!
they got beat up. Now, there was a pre-recorded segment taped by Kenny Omega, but his music hit after the match, and he ended up coming out. Now, he came out, he talked his junk, but then he said, I didn't come alone. And behind them, you had the Young Bucks. Oh, super kick party! And they super kicked them. They beat the holy hell out of them. There was about to be a screwdriver to the face of Jon Moxley, but
Get the fuck out of here!
he got the hell out of Dodge.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
He got pulled out of the way by his teammates, the Blackpool Combat Club, and that's great because if not, we would have had murder on the show. So I'm glad they pulled him. But at the end of the day, it kind of worries me because this was a good, fun segment, and it was fun at all. It was great. I'm not mad at it. But why the hell didn't they come out and save Nakazawa and Cutler sooner? Why did they allow them to go out there and get their asses kicked?
Respect my authority!
If they was already in the building, they ain't have to do that. They was already in the building. They ain't have to come out and let them take that much of an ass whooping. Jesus Christ. They lost by ref stoppage.
Stop the cap.
How dare you?
Sheesh. Next, we had the typical women's spot of the week. And the formula is like this. We have a tag team match or a triple threat match. The Outcast versus Riho, Sky Blue, Britt Baker, or the champion. What the hell is her name? Or the champion Jamie Hayter. Whatever form that comes in. One of these teams wins, and then specifically the Outcast, and then they spray paint somebody, and then they have Jamie Hayter's music hit, and then they have the Britt Baker's music hit, and then they have Rio's music hit, and then that person will save the other baby faces, and then they will yell into the camera. And after that, that's the ladies segment of the week.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
And they wonder why this stuff is dead. Finished. Now, these ladies had an awesome match. Rio, Sky Blue had a great match. Soho and Toni Storm did what they had to do. Storm and Soho got the win. I'm really liking Sky Blue. She looks like she's getting better in the ring little by little. And shout out to her. Then we had the DMD chants because everybody knows the doctor was coming out after Jamie Hayter came out and sprinted to the ring. Jamie Hayter is a damn track star. She ran and sprinted to the ring to help them.
Bruh.
But then the doctor came out. Excuse me. Damn, I ran out of water. That sucks for me.
Stop the cap.
Sucks, I ran out of water. So then they came out. This is very formulaic. The women deserve more slots. This is the only story that they got with the women right now. And I feel like I've seen this 100 times. So they got to do better. Next, we had Keith Lee versus Chris Jericho. And Chris Jericho basically was getting the hell beat out of him this whole match. And I wondered how they were going to beat Keith Lee. Because you don't just want to straight up beat Keith Lee because he's Keith Lee. Looks great, by the way. Digging the gray hair. Good for him. But you got to find a way to beat Keith Lee and still keep him strong. So before the match, we had Swerve come out there. And Swerve said, I want my pound of flesh. I'm going to be getting somebody. If I couldn't get my get back on Darby, I'm getting my... Oh, somebody else is fighting, right? Yeah, this ain't over. He went over there. And at the end of this match, when Keith Lee, who showed tremendous feats of strength in this match, we know Keith Lee is as strong as an ox. And I mean that in a pot. What the hell? My cat is a weirdo. What the hell was that? He just meowed like a weird... Did y'all hear that? I wonder if I play that back if y'all heard that. That was weird as hell. But anyway, that just threw me all the way off. But anyway, Keith Lee showed tremendous feats of strength, but he got hit with the belt. I think he got hit with Floyd or he got hit with a belt. And Chris Jericho gets the win here. Nothing wrong with that. This story is really about Adam Cole and Chris Jericho. Keith Lee was basically just there to further the story along, which I liked. But Adam Cole comes down after the match. Keith Lee rolls out. Swerve got the hell out of Dodge.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
And then he did the same thing Jericho did. He looked back once. They walked up the ramp. And then he looked back again. The same exact way Jericho did. So you know what this is leading to. You know where this is going. Adam Cole, baby, versus Chris Jericho. It's coming. And that was your All Elite Wrestling. That is all that happened. The only thing I would say, the only thing that irks my nerves about this company, the only thing, why, oh why, please tell me, does the All Atlantic Championship feel more important than the TNT title? Remember when that TNT title had Prestige, Cody, Brody Lee, The Redeemer, Darby Allin? The first 2 years of that title, fantastic. Even when Joe had it, it was pretty good. But right now, it's a sad thing to see what's going on with this goddamn title. It is sad to see. They need to do better because Orange Cassidy is on a tear right now. I predict he'll lose that All Atlantic soon because all of these open challenges he's having, he's won like 10, 11, 12 matches in a row. So they're going to humble him soon. He's going to be losing. Hopefully not. Hopefully I'm wrong, but I just feel like he's going to be losing soon, especially with the hand injury that he suffered. But the TNT title just feels like an afterthought with QT Marshall and QTV and all of this extra stuff. I don't know where they go and how they get that thing back to prominence, but that bothers me. The TNT title should be right up there with the All Atlantic title as in regards to prominence. We got to do better. But with that being said, that's all I got for you guys today. Everybody be safe. I am out. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and let's have a conversation. Holla at me. I'm out of here. What the wrestling? Peace.